Hey guys, thanks for watching. Just a quick video today. I saw some news last week, and I thought I would do a quick video on business basics. For the simple reason is that this mistake comes up in business over and over and over again, and I've had people kind of try to push me into making this mistake over and over and over again. So I thought, you know what? This provides a perfect opportunity to demonstrate a little business 101. Okay. So, if you have not heard, last week, the sports nutrition company, and I'm in the sports nutrition industry, so I kind of keep attuned to these things. The sports nutrition company Biosteel has gone bankrupt. Yes, Biosteel. If you're not aware, Biosteel it was founded in 2009 in Toronto by Frank Salenza and Mike Camilleri. He was a former NHL hockey player. They founded the company, and I have some special inside knowledge to Biosteel. And I will share that special knowledge. So, way back in, I guess it was 2012, I was still doing energy drinks and sports drinks, and I was looking to get into the supplement industry. And as I'm Canadian, I contacted a Canadian company, which was Biosteel, contacted a few of them, but I contacted Biosteel to ask them if they would be interested in selling their company. And much to my surprise, I had somebody else actually contact them. They told him that they were on their second round of financing. And I thought, your second round of financing? I mean, this is what I assume to be a bottom tier brand, pretty low on the pecking order, only around at that point for 3 years, and they're on their second round of financing. And me, the way I'd have always done businesses and still do it is you build them up, you build up the business model so that it's profitable, and then you grow from there, right? But they were already, and so that was a warning sign to me right there. I thought, I'm not too keen on the future of this company. So, anyways, fast forward, and the story behind Biosteel, this is, every especially consumer goods, they always have to have this authentic story about their origin, right? And it's always this, this real purpose-driven thing. It's never, hey, we thought this might be a good opportunity to make money. No. So with Biosteel, it was these guys, these high-level athletes were coming to them because there really wasn't anything satisfactory in the way of sports nutrition, products and sports drinks as well, which, is patently not true. I had a drink at the time called Good For You drinks, which is head and shoulders above anything Biosteel produced. But hey, don't let me get salty here. I won't get salty, okay? I really don't have any issues with Biosteel. I'm not particularly happy to see them go. I mean, it's one less competitor, but I don't know. I've never really had any unpleasant interactions with them, so whatever. So that's the story. They developed this, and this is the story they ran with. It was just such a superior product that, all the players, they may represent Gatorade, but really deep down, they're drinking Biosteel because Biosteel was the real stuff, right? Came up with little slogans, drink the pink, because the formulation was pink. And it started off as really sports nutrition powders, right? And then protein and pre-workout. Did they have a pre-workout? I can't remember, but basically sports nutrition powders, right? Supplements. And they started, I guess, about 5 or 6 years ago. That's a guess, branching into isotonic drinks, like sports drinks, like Gatorade, Powerade, Prime, Body Armor, that sort of stuff. So that was the story. The reality was they were raising money. I guess they had the right connections that you could hit up investors and raise money. And they're trying to buy their way into popularity. So they had NHL contracts, they had contracts with players, and needless to say, it didn't work out too well. So this is the creditor list for Biosteel. Biosteel, in their bankruptcy, they detail 439 million in amounts owed to a range of businesses, including manufacturers. That means somebody producing their product is going to get stiffed. Distributors, that means somebody selling the product, and retailers. And that's just the tip of the iceberg, though. Most of their marketing spend and most of the reason for the bankruptcy is because they laid out so much money on marketing. So they owe the NHL 8.7 million. They own the LA Lakers, 2.5 million. They own the Miami Heat, 1 million. US Soccer Federation, 676,000. Brooklyn Nets, Philadelphia 76ers owed 367,000, 297,000. USA Hockey, 197,000. Hurricanes Hockey, 96,000, and on and on. And most of the funding was through Canopy Growth Corp, which is a company, I believe that they have some involvement in cannabis startups. But again, it's sort of like a finance. It's a finance group, right? And the owner is owed $12,000. So you may have to take that in product, my friend. But so that's the situation they found themselves in. Now, the reason I bring, and so now they've laid off 181 employees. So these are all employees, towing the company line, excited probably by the marketing initiatives, eager to be a part of all this stuff, celebrities coming in and out the door. I mean, arguably the most marketable athlete in pro football, Patrick Mahomes, is one of them. Is one of their endorsers now, right? As a matter of fact, so here are some of the athletes that Biosteel, is partnered with. Connor McDavid, without question, the best hockey player in the NHL. Brooke Henderson, Eugenie Bouchard, Andrew Wiggins, Ezekiel Elliott, Wayne Gretzky, Gleyber Torres, Jalen Ramsey, Rosie McClellan, and that's just a small sampling. It goes on and on and on. Now, the reason I bring this up is because, and so their revenue in the first quarter, they had spent well over $100 million. They had lost over $100 million in the first quarter on revenues of about 30 million. So with all that spending, all they could generate is $30 million. And they're putting together budgets to try and compete with billion-dollar companies. Gatorade, Powerade. It's just not going to work, man. Now, here's the biggest mistake people make when it comes to consumer packaged goods or any kind of sort of consumer-facing industry. They always think that awareness is the solution to all your problems. Once we get enough awareness, people are going to buy our product. If we can get a story on the TV, if we can get a celebrity to drink our product during an interview, then the orders are just going to flood in. No, don't ever make that mistake. Now, I wouldn't deny that on occasion, a certain celebrity, which has a critical mass of followers, can move the needle on a product, right? It still, though, has to be a unique product, and it still has to have, it's lightning in a bottle, right? 30 or 40 years ago, you could have somebody drinking an energy drink or, a sports drink, and the average person seeing it might be compelled to try it. But consumers nowadays are way too savvy for that. If they see Patrick Mahomes drinking Biosteel, they know he's being paid to do it, right? You're not fooling anybody. And think of, does anybody know the company Jolt Cola? A lot of people know it. Awareness is huge. Out of business. Twinkies, or Hostess went out of business, right? Like, I mean, there's an endless list of businesses and companies that have huge awareness, but they're out of business because the business model is broken, right? Polaroid, Kodak, I mean, who knows what they're doing now, but I mean, it's definitely not what they were originally doing, despite the awareness, right? The business model is broken. And one thing you cannot do, no matter how much money you spend or invest in marketing, whatever you want to call it, you cannot buy profitability. And profitability is what you need. If you're in consumer packaged goods, especially, but this really applies to most industries, you need to have the fundamental foundations. You need to have logistics, you need to have distribution, and you need to have a business model. That means when you sell more, you will make more and you can reinvest more. That's how it's self-funding, self-fulfilling, and that's a business model that works and will grow. If you think that you can bypass those things just by creating awareness, it's a disaster. Just to give you an example, I had a product in 2010 called Good For You Drinks. Now, this was much more advanced version of a Gatorade. It actually had real solid, healthy ingredients and herbal ingredients in it, and it tasted good. And we got in with the UFC and a lot of UFC fighters, and the product really, really started getting a lot of attraction online. And it just didn't transfer to sales because people don't want to bend over backwards and go to the moon and back to be able to find a product. It has to be everywhere they want. The product that you will buy most likely is the one that's sitting right in front of your face when you walk into a store, not the one that you saw Kim Kardashian drinking 3 months ago, right? That's why logistics, merchandising, those are the things that really, really move products. They have to be done profitably. So don't fall into that Biosteel trap. Learn from their lesson. You cannot buy your way to profitability. Awareness is not equal to sales, and revenue is not equal to profitability. Those are the 3 lessons I want you to observe and give some thought to Biosteel. They're gone. I'm still going. Athletic Alliance is still going. Still serving athletes, not going bankrupt. I can promise you that.